this trip here, I just want to say, is one of the most wonderful things I think I've ever had in my life. I've never met so many people that cared for you, from the hostess to the people that signed you in to help you with breakfast. Everything is just wonderful. I've never met a bunch of nicer people in my entire life.
This is an awesome trip, and it's going to be exciting to be back to Washington, D.C. and to start out on that VetsRoll in Beloit there with the escort, the police, and all that stuff. It was one of those tear jerkers for me, and a lip quiver. And so it's just totally awesome.
Interstate's cleared just so our group can get through. That's tremendous.
Oh, jeez. I bet they appreciate that.
No, I don't think they. I don't think that trucker.
No,
I don't think he said thank goodness for that.
No, I don't think so.
And if you look up on the bridges, these are some of our supporters. This is a local Fire and Iron Motorcycle Club, and some of our others. They came out to give us a little send off. And give a good shout out and welcome to these fine folks that came out to greet you. Local fire departments and other groups.
When we first started out, the people, applauding and waving and everything else, we appreciate that. I mean, it's great.
The Navy taught me to fly, which happened to make me, that's what I did for the rest of my life, was fly. I got out of the military, I went to work for United Airlines, but they called me back for the checking of the hydrogen bombs at Christmas Island on the equator. So we spent about 3 months there, and then saw numerous explosions. And so I glow in the dark. When it gets dark, I glow in the dark.
We're walking up a dry riverbed, and I've been there maybe a month. I'm green as a tree next to me. And all of a sudden, these bulls start flying, and you can see the turf flying up and the rocks and everything. So we dived down on the ground, and we had this brand new lieutenant, dumber than a fence post. Okay, everybody up on line, we're going to assault. And nobody got up. It's suicide. You don't just get up and charge the hill. You don't even know what's up there. So we kind of retreated after that. You know what? We got a radio. Fire mission. And give them the coordinates. Bring it in.
I think the museum was my high spot because it just brought back so many memories. It had a Piper Cub hanging up there. That's the stuff I used to rebuild as a kid. My goal in going to the museum was to stand at the bottom of a Minuteman missile and have my picture taken with little me down there and this great big missile. Because all the time I had been in the Air Force, we never saw the missiles because they came in tractor trailer rigs. They would back up to the launcher, they would raise this thing up and lower the missile down from the carrier into the launcher. So we never got to see them. We were able to get that picture. And then we were walking back to see another display, and we walked by a mock-up of the Launch Control Center. And I'm looking at that and say, wait a minute. It brought back all those memories. And I can still tell you that Skybird, this is Dropkick, the Red Dot 4 message in 5 parts was the message that said, we're going to war.
The unit was called an S&P unit, Scientific and Professional Personnel. So in our platoon, there were physicists, mathematicians, doctorates, you name it, we had it. It was so secret that I couldn't tell my wife what I was doing. And I was home, I think, over a year when they televised the first Saturn booster. Then I was able to tell her what I was working with, because she didn't know and I couldn't tell her. I didn't want to go back. I wanted to stay where I was.
What going through my mind is closure. Went into service in '64 through '70. I was a light duty driver, Jeep driver, for 6 years. People kept telling me, "You're not a veteran. You stayed home with the women." And it has hurt me. Before I go over the rainbow, I want to know that I was a veteran. And I needed to do this so that I could have closure.
We had a really special moment with a veteran who, for 51 years, has felt he wasn't a veteran because he didn't serve overseas. And he'd been told this. And he experienced his closure this afternoon at Ray Patterson. How about a hand for his service to the United States of America?
Yeah, so the way we did it, where each assistant was grabbing their luggage and just going out to the bus, it works perfectly.
That this isn't a vacation for them. Assistants are required to pay $550 a person to come on the trip. So they open their pocketbooks just to serve you guys.
It's amazing. It's just like a family. George and I, we met on a bus, but we have become friends right on the bus. We talk about different experiences we've had, our home life, and so on like that. So it's been great. Super.
Make sure you look out your windows. And if you can see, there's a huge flag in front of us. I hope you can see it.
It's about the veterans first and foremost, and we thank them for their service. And it's an event that really the entire community has gotten behind. As you can tell, we have the school kids line the streets and many various community members here to welcome them and thank them.
The veterans deserve a whole lot more than we're giving them now, and we love our veterans and we should take care of our veterans.
I'm so happy to be able to be here because of all the veterans that are on this tour going to Washington, D.C., and primarily Vietnam veterans. They came of an era when they were not appreciated for serving their country. So this is a long time in coming, and every time you get a chance to be able to thank a veteran, it becomes so very important.
Back in 1943 and 44, along in there, we would go out along the country road and we picked milkweed pods, and that was what they used for to make the life preserver, life jackets with. You know, like about in September and October, that's what we did. And then later on, a year or so later, then I wrapped butter for the government at Swift and Company for 45 cents an hour.
Well, VetsRoll has been incredibly a beautiful experience, and there's 2 or 3 things that impacted me enormously. One was going through the World War II memorial, and lining up on both sides was 8th grade children, and that was really emotional because there was an earnestness about thanking us for our service, and it just touched my heart.
There he is, Christopher Williams.
We need to get. Do you want to?
I was sent to Vietnam and assigned to Army Special Forces as radio control. I called in airstrikes for Army Special Forces. My job was to protect them. And during the time that I worked with the Army Special Forces, I didn't lose any men.
He sent me to Nam. I ended up with the 1st Infantry Division, and that was a nightmare. I mean, we were in the field all the time, and crap happened, but hey, I'm here. Got both arms, both legs, and I'm all together. We lost 25 guys in my unit, and probably at least, that's in my company, you know, and we probably had twice that many that were wounded so bad they never came back. So I just thank the Lord every day that I'm still here. So.
Well, one patrol, we kind of got wiped out. We went on a 10-man patrol and we had 5 wounded and 1 killed. And it was during the monsoons, so it was hard to get choppers in.
I told everybody it was like being on a big camping trip. You went for a hike through the woods, and only thing you had to get used to was being shot at. But it was a mind bender, to say the least.
I'd already been in Vietnam for 8.5 months. Was wounded once, and was learning their area of operation. I was part of a LRP unit. I got on-the-job training as a sniper over there, so I did 2 covert operations in Laos.
I went over with 120 guys and we came back with 20. Not everybody was dead, not everybody got wounded, but we went over with the same people that I trained with, which made it really nice because you went over with people you trusted. But it was also hard when we started losing people because we really lost a true friend. I always tell people the worst thing that ever happened to me was Vietnam, but it was also the best.
I think about this all the time, things that happen and that. And it don't take much, you know, I mean, they say a Marine never cries. Well, they're wrong. I finally seen a wall and seen the name of my best friend.
Korean War started at the end of June of 1950. And I had a football scholarship at University of Arizona in 1950. And during spring practice in August of 50, and then the coach wanted to know when you were going to be drafted. I was going to be drafted in October. And so I lost the scholarship. So I came back and joined the Air Force.
So many kids, they don't know what history is. Coming here, seeing this, and learning to understand it. This is what has made America great. It's what the sacrifices of all these people.
Celebration of really probably the most important part of your service that kept you bonded to the home front, we have our own version of mail call.
United States Marine Corps, 1962 to 1966. MLS, code 331, serial number 2003111, sir.
The one that really made tears come to my eyes is the one I got from my family. You know, it's just my wife and my sons and my daughter and my 2 grandsons. They all just wrote beautiful things.
From the day I showed up in Beloit till today, everything, I'm enjoying every hour and every mile of this trip. All the different veterans, guys from all branches of the service. It's the veteran camaraderie after we've all left is unparalleled.
This group has been absolutely wonderful. Where I live, I'm not able to get together with any veterans. They're not around. VetsRoll has just been wonderful. I've met some new friends, made some new friends. No way in the world would I have missed this trip.
I just can't say enough about this tour. They really treat us right. Not like the Vietnam War, you know. And so I appreciate everything this group has done. And I would recommend it to any vet.
I know I used to get my tickets and then go in the bathroom and put on my civilian clothes because they picked on us on the planes and in the crowds. So it's really nice to have a uniform or a shirt or jacket on and be praised. And I guess it's a good feeling.